All right. Think everything's all set up and working. So, how's everyone doing today? Well, I say that, but I don't think anyone's here yet, which is to be expected. Uh, I mean, to be expected when the stream just starts. Anyways, alrighty. Hey, Henry. Welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. And the volume on my thing is a little too loud. There we go. Yeah, how you doing? Doing good. How's the painting coming along? It's coming along all right. But check this out. So, two things. One, I discovered that um, my micro HDMI to HDMI connector cable is a cheap, shitty cable. Um, and that's why I have certain noise in my feed in my camera, which sucks. But I have a new cable coming tomorrow, so hopefully better quality video next time, next stream, and on Sunday. But then the other thing is, check this out. I set up a thing so I can now zoom and get closer in on the painting when I go in for details. Which I know isn't a big thing, but hey, it's still something. That texture, nice. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't know that there was different rated connectors, and so I'm a little frustrated with that, but looking forward to having uh solving the problem. Just need to clean up my palette a little. Yeah, no, it's cool, the Zoom thing. I'm really happy that I can do that now because that means I can like do um I can paint details on stream and I don't have to like reposition the camera every time because oh my god, trying to reposition the camera manually every time is a nightmare. That's not like it's so finicky just getting it into place, and because it's like right above me, the angle is so steep that every time I move the camera just a little, I have to like distort everything. One day, if I keep doing this like this, I might look at getting a tilt shift lens. That might solve the problem. Oh, that's a horrible sound. What have you been up to, Henry? Anything interesting? Anything you feel like sharing? Surviving the cold? Shit. Is it? I didn't even realize it was all that cold because it's not here, so it didn't occur to me. I'm hoping it doesn't get too bad here, too. I don't want a second snow apocalypse thing. That was once was enough. Oh, by the way, you want to see some texture? Check this out. Nope, not what I wanted to do at all. Okay then. Check out this texture over here. Anyways. Floor, yeah. Non-slippery floor, yeah. Yeah, it was, I think it was 2021. We had the snow apocalypse here in Austin. It was miserable. We're not, you know, like snow, too much snow for a place to handle can always be difficult. But when the place, not only is it too much snow to handle, but it's not built for snow at all, and there's no infrastructure or anything for it, and you're no one's prepared for it kind of thing. So much worse. Oh, you couldn't even see that. That's funny. All right, now I gotta fix this guy's face. I knew there was something wrong with it, and having fresh eyes on it, I can kind of see what needs adjustment now. So I'm gonna go in and fix his face. Just preparing the colors right now. I'm gonna have to cut into his hair a bit too. The big thing was his glasses, and I knew something was wrong. Just couldn't tell at the time if it was his glasses or like the bottom of his face. It's often very hard to tell uh, things like that because they're proportionate to each other. So theoretically, I could move his whole face down and make it correct. Although if I did that, I'd have to move everything else down. That would be the problem. God, there's a hair here. There it is. I totally forgot to focus on this too. That's funny. Hello. Hmm.
I'm eating their pumpkin bread in hopes that it fulfills and satiates my hunger.
Enjoy the pumpkin bread.
Mhm.
YouTube's worried that my audio isn't working again because I'm not talking. I think I'm just tired today. It's very hard to paint and vamp on like on nothing kind of thing. Like I can talk while I paint pretty easily, 90% of the time, but I don't have something to talk about or someone to talk to. It's a lot harder. And yeah, when I'm tired, apparently it's a lot harder. So I talk about, I don't have much to say about the painting. This is just the like noodling part where I have to go through and get all the details in. Hey, Bob. What is hard? Oh, it's hard to just, talk to myself uh, and fill like the silence when I don't have anybody to talk to or anything to talk about. And I was saying it's a lot harder when I'm tired. Like, you know, so if I'm not tired, it's a lot easier, but pretty tired today, I guess. So I was saying that because YouTube keeps giving me notifications that like something's wrong with my audio because they think something's wrong with my audio because I'm not talking. So, yeah. Welcome. How you doing, man? Make YouTube happy. Just eat a bunch of beans before streams so there's audio. I mean, I could just like eat popcorn, you know? Creative Fit. Welcome. How you doing? That's funny. Oh, YouTube. Might as well get the whip out YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. So I discovered that my HDMI cable, or rather my HDMI converter plug from micro HDMI to regular HDMI is low quality. So if you see some noise in my stream, that's what that is. I've been trying to get rid of it for forever, and now I know why it's there. So new cable on its way, but it won't be here yet. Bob says, paint while standing on bubble wrap and call it ASMR. That's funny. Creative Fit. I now want to do that, Bob. They have fake bubble wrap that's reusable. They like pop in and out. I don't know how good they are, but yeah, that exists. But yeah, I figured out how to do Zoom. So right now we're zoomed in on the, on this character, obviously. And in a minute, I will be zooming out so you can see the whole painting. Yeah, Bob says, yeah, they kind of like the silicone ice sculptures. Yeah, that's what they kind of are like. Yes. So. Hey, look at that. I figured out how to use a plugin. uh, creates tension, suspension, anticipation for the reveal. Yeah. It's more just that I want to be able to work on details, and I feel like when I start going into details at this size, no one can see what I'm doing. So, you know, yeah, not perfect though. There we go. I just realized I need to fix something else in this guy's face. But yeah, I wanted to be able to do this type of work on stream. And when it's so far away, it's like it's impossible to see it. Bob says I watch a streamer that has channel points reward for zoom in camera in his face and tracking it. Yeah. Yeah, I know some streamers. I think what's his name has this too. He doesn't do it on his face, but he does it on his art. What's his name? Oh, Arthur Gaines. Yeah, he has that too. The problem is that I have to move the script. You know, I have to move it around to the right place. I don't know. I was looking into making it track, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So tracking is maybe next. We'll see. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. A little tired. Nothing major. Doing good. Creative Fit says I want to get AR working on stream with my VR headset. Insta360 cam. Nice. Yeah, I was curious about those, like, you know, those 360 cams and stuff like that. Um, because then I wouldn't have to worry about, like, what's it called? You know, being in and out of the shot, stuff like that. But for what I'm doing, I don't think it works. I was curious about them. The thing I think I actually want to invest in at some point in the future would be a tilt shift lens. I mean, I do a lot of the distortion digitally, but yeah, I feel like a tilt shift lens would do it better. Probably would be the best for zooming in automatically on your wall of art. Oh yeah, yeah. I need to fix it up a little. I've been using it to store things and let it dry. So I kind of need to go back in and fix up the wall of art too. With hand gestures. You know what I was really curious about, and it hasn't become a thing, but there's this thing that lets you control your computer with hand gestures and 3D hand movements and everything. Really cool technology, but it never like materialized into anything big. It was never like mass adopted. So, unfortunately. Bob says the genius move would be to somehow set up mirrors to split the camera sees, so you can have one high end camera showing you and the art. I'm fine with the low res camera showing me. I don't care. No one cares. It's all good. One day I'll buy a better camera than the one I currently have. You know, I'll get a full frame camera, and then I will I'll switch over and put this one as the face cam. So yeah, it's not a big deal. The real thing would be to figure out how to have a dedicated camera for Dresden. That's the thing. Only big problem with that is that he likes to move around a lot, and I am not comfortable putting a like a GoPro type style camera to just really go through my house on stream. Great if it says he would become more famous for sure while doxing you. Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm not even going to pretend that I could compete with him. Hmm. Bob says to or green screen myself uh onto the painting you are painting. No, I don't want to do that either. I have thought about um like trying to remove the background of my cam so that I'll just be like, you know, just floating. But yeah, I feel like that's not the move. If I do this, does it look okay? It looks Looks backwards. Okay. The camera flipping is so like disorienting. And so I'm trying to figure out like if I yeah, like okay, you're seeing it the right way. It's just it's so disorienting to see it like that. I remember years ago I went to in LA I went to Starbucks and people bring their dogs to Starbucks all the time, but someone brought their cat. They had like a fancy cat that they would take outside with them and stuff. Um Man, talk about like instantly attracting people to come talk to you. I also same thing. I remember seeing someone um, bring their husky to the to I think it was like an outdoor mall type of place. Once again, instantly, just people stopping to talk to you to the person to see the to say hi to the dog and everything. Creative Fit says saw that in at the Tanum Mall. Nice. Creative Bob says his neighbor in Albuquerque would bring his macaw to Duncan. Oh, that's cool. Creative Fit says wasn't sure if cat could walk. Yeah, I mean there are cats that you can take out like that for sure. But yeah, it took like I said, it's instant. You like people just come up to you to see the animal, say hi, and so on. I wish I could take Dresden out like that. I would be so happy. But I'm pretty sure most cats, if you want to be able to take them out like that, you have to really um, like get them used to it from the time they're young. You can't introduce them to that later on in life, I'm pretty sure. I would love to and might try this. I've tried to buy all kinds. Well, Michelle has actually. Michelle has bought me all kinds of like bags and backpacks and stuff to see if we can get Dresden to like hang out with me and like that, but he won't. So the next thing I'm thinking is I'm actually going to try. I might try wearing like some kind of backpack that has like space for him up there and see if I can't get him to like hang out on top of me on my shoulders, you know, by bribing him with treats. Have you tried leash training him? Gotta go dinner calls. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good dinner, Creative Fit. Uh, Bob, I haven't officially tried to leash train him, but I've tried to like get him used to some of those things, and he doesn't like any of that stuff. And from what I can tell, cats are kind of like um, if you don't get them used to this stuff early, it's much harder, if at all possible. Because the issue too is not just getting him used to like the leash, but it's also the what's it called? The reaction to things that happen. Your neighbors walk their cat on a harness, so I was wondering. Yeah, it's not. A lot of cats don't take to it. It's definitely not every cat. I had another cat that I tried. The issue is too that it's their they tend to get spooked really easily. So if you know, that's kind of a problem. And they can always get out of their harness. You cannot you can't put a harness on a cat that will stop it from getting out of it. Like I don't think it's possible. They might not get out of it 80% of the time, but if they get spooked, they just like flop around like crazy and just get out of it. You were thinking theirs was a stray they took in, so it might be less spooky. Spooky, yeah, maybe. It's really like some cats just want to do it, and then other cats, you can train them young, um, and they're fine with it, and then the rest of them not so much. Stretch. I had a cat that I was trying to get used to wearing a harness. Um, so I put the harness on her and left it on her for a while, just so that she'd get used to it. And in fairness, she did get used to it. Not walking her around, just used to wearing it. But it also rubbed off all the hair in those spots. Um, so I felt real bad about that. It grew back, of course. It wasn't a big deal. To make Dresden Less Spook, just show him a lot of horror movies so he's used to it. That doesn't work. That's funny. No, I mean, he was a rescue, and I guess he was left outside when he was before we rescued him. But what's it called? But he's so used to being an indoor cat now that uh, he ran outside one time because he saw like a bunny, and as soon as he stepped outside, he realized he was outside and like stopped in his place and was like, "I don't know what to do now." um. So yeah. Actually, all our cats are rescues, but they all are so used to being indoors now. They got spoiled. Show him planet Earth, so he's used to be outside. I'll show him like a video feed of New York City. You know. Now they're such cats are such little crybabies. Like, God forbid you have to take them to the vet and go put them in the car and drive them there. They just freak out. They're such babies. One of those YouTube videos where it's someone walking through a city for an hour. Those exist? I didn't even know. I mean, it makes sense. Just didn't know. Yeah, it'll be like walking through Kyoto on a rainy night or something like that. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that existed. Hey, Don Lee. Welcome. How you doing? Hey, Don Lee, check it out. On. I learned how to use a plugin. uh, yeah, I think it'll make me a lot more comfortable going in and detailing the painting. Yeah, it actually wasn't that hard. The hard thing is going to be trying to set up what's it called, tracking, so that it automatically tracks my hand when I do that. Bob says I need to set it up so whenever you zoom in, it makes the wah wah noise from Kill Bill. Oh, it took me a second. Yeah. I also I know I've already said this on stream already, but for Don Lee's sake, I discovered that my micro HDMI to HDMI cable, which is what I use to connect my HDMI to the camera, right? Apparently it's a crappy rated cable. I didn't know that they had like different ratings. So yeah, so all that like little noise and crap that you see in my video, hopefully next Sunday won't be there because I ordered a new cable, a new connector. So hopefully it arrives and it actually will solve the problem. Hey Dan the man, good day. Hope all is well. Thanks. Yeah, I was doing well. How you doing, Dan? So Dan's on YouTube chat, and everyone else so far is on Twitch chat. Just letting people know that there's two chats, so that's why the like weird double talk. Donley says, "Oh yeah, I do see noise, but I've only noticed it since you've been zoomed in. I think it's been there the whole time, and it's been driving me crazy for a long time now. I just didn't know why it was there." Dan says, "Doing good, out for a walk with the dog. It's a beautiful day here." Nice. That sounds great. Do you, when you go walking with your dog, how does it go? Like, is your dog easy to walk with? Because our dog is not the best at walking. He's not like the worst, but not the best at walking on a leash. So, not always that great. Conley says, "Don't believe I've noticed it before, really." Yeah, no, it's been there from the beginning, been driving me crazy. But yeah, it's all it is hopefully all it is a connector. Oh, where is it? Oh, there's a different one, but it's just something like this that goes from micro USB, micro HDMI to HDMI. Like that's all, that's all it is. It just needs to be like rated for a certain quality. I didn't even know that. Bob says, "I thought it was just the space-time continuum trembling at the magnitude of your art." Thank you. Unfortunately, it's not. Dan the man says, "She's almost 4 and only recently stopped dragging me everywhere." What kind of dog is she? Our dog is an Australian Shepherd and can't drag me anywhere, but he tries, or he more than drags, he doesn't want to leave spots, and then he also weaves in front of me all the time, so it makes walking kind of a pain because he won't he won't stay to one side. He kind of weaves back and forth. I'm glad that it wasn't horribly noticeable before, Don Lee, but I'm hoping that a new connector solves the problem. Regardless. Anyways, oh, I should mention Don Lee's a streamer. He is a art streamer. He does digital art, and you can check him out on his Twitch at Don Leo. He does a lot of pop culture fun stuff, so check him out. Bob says if you want your Australian Shepherd to be more calm, just give him some Vegemite. Funny, funny. I've never had Vegemite. I actually want to try it. Donnelly, I'll be honest, I don't know if any of those commands work at all. But thank you, I guess. Um, and the man says she's a blue heeler crossed with a golden retriever and looks like a black lab. She still weaves everywhere. Yeah, that weaving stuff. Actually, that weaving stuff made she, tripped Michelle once. Like Michelle, like literally fell over because of that. Donnelly says might be worth training your dog about walking. Falling over ain't no joke. Oh, for sure. And I agree. He's just, you know, um, he's an older dog at this point. Not saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks because he can't, but you know, he he's not good at it yet. He'll get there. I think we don't walk him as much as we should. It's just in Texas, it goes from in Austin at least. It goes from being either too hot, too cold, or too many insects. So it can be challenging, uh, especially with my work schedule. Uh, I should also teach him to play basketball because there's nothing in the rules against it. True, I've heard that before. Dunley says either that or getting training wheels for Michelle when she's walking your dog, right? Um, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, he's almost tripped me, but I think I'm bigger. So I have an easier time, like just, you know, kind of moving him around to wherever I need him to be. Um, you know, if he's in my way, I can move him out of my way if I need to. And relatively speaking, he's a big dog. I think he's like 60 pounds or something, but you know, I can still pick him up. It's not always easy, but yeah. You're lucky, Donley. Who's watching TV? You do like the Zoom? Nice. Yeah, it really makes me feel better about painting details. You know, I feel like I can now. I'm not like wasting everybody's time. Uh, Bob says it makes the stream feel like a Mazda. Zoom, zoom. I get it. Uh, Conley's asking, are you able to use the screen as a magnifier to guide your hand? Um, you know, it's not that small that I need that. Um, yeah. I mean, I can, but because of the lag and everything, it's not, you know, it's not the most helpful, but it's also not, you know, like if you can see how big it is compared to my finger, like, you know, I can I can see, you know, I can see that. It's more an issue of it's more for you guys to be able to see it. Maybe the upgraded cord will help with the lag. I mean, the lag's not horrible. It's just, you know, for painting, I feel like if there's noticeable lag, it's, you know. But like I said, I don't really need the zoom to see what I'm doing. It's more for the camera, for the viewers. If I really need to zoom into something, um, I actually have those like goggle thingies with you know, magnifying glasses on them. So if I ever need to like really, really get in there, I got it covered. Donnelly says, "Oh yeah, Chimera has some of those. Yeah." Bob says, "Try enabling G-Sync on your canvas to reduce lag." Um, you know, I kind of cheaped out on my canvas, and I didn't get it with G-Sync. Also, actually, technically, I do have an NVIDIA card. Now that I think about it, it's just a really old one that doesn't have G-Sync either. Damn. Yeah, I know. I actually think my graphics card is so old that even though it's an NVIDIA card, I don't think it has G-Sync. By the way, the new computer is coming along. It's pretty much built. It's now an issue of transferring everything over and getting it all set up so that I can use it. So hopefully next stream, actually, Sunday, hopefully I'll have it set up enough to use it for stream. Apparently G-Sync requires a 650 Ti or newer, which is better support than I thought. Damn, that yeah, actually, I'm actually shocked. My card technically supports G-Sync then. In case anyone's curious, I'm rocking a in my current system, the one I'm using right now, a 970, an NVIDIA GTX 970, which came out, if I'm not mistaken, 9 years ago. So not exactly the newest tech in the world. But like I said, luckily I took advantage of some, Black Friday stuff, and I got myself some new gear. Conley says I have a table lamp with bendable arm and magnifying built in, but it's not so great. I probably need something better if I start doing traditional work. Yeah. It depends on what you're doing, but yeah, uh, I've had those before. Um, the magnifying glass that you wear, uh, they've actually gotten cheap. You can get those, like $20 or something. Bob says the 650 Ti came out in 2012. When did the 970 come out? Twenty 2014? Yeah, that's what I thought. So nearly 10 years ago. The first PC built used a 780. Cool. I can't even remember what the first PC I built used. No idea. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember the first PC I built. I don't even remember when that was. I actually think the first PC I built was when I was living in Israel. And yeah, oh yeah. I think it was when I was living in Israel, and at the time, getting parts there was really expensive. So I actually bought a lot of the parts here in America when I was visiting, and I took it on the plane with me, which is, technically really risky because if any of those parts had had a problem, I'd be SOL. Domly says I want to get into it since the charged topic, but did you know anyone in the section of Israel that was attacked? Are they okay? None of my immediate friends or family got hurt, but everyone pretty much has lost someone or knows someone. So yeah, it's get into it a bit more off stream if you feel like it. But yeah, it's been rough, and it continues to be rough because it's you know it's just in a different way now. So unfortunately. I only brought it up since you said you lived there for a while. I wasn't sure if I knew that. Yeah, no worries. Fine. I've purposely tried to avoid the topic because people online haven't been, the most level-headed, reasonable, or charitable, or friendly. So I was just kind of trying to avoid it for the most part. As far as like online on my stream on stuff like that, because people can just be. I'm not what's it called, assigning this to any side. I'm saying in general, right? So yeah, I feel like the internet is where nuance and level-headedness goes to die sometimes. So right, yeah, let's talk about something less charged. Yeah, it's yeah, we'll leave it at that. You heard the new Godzilla -1 is really good? I haven't heard about it. Conley said he wants to see my feet. I'm pretty sure he didn't. Um, And that might be a more charged subject anyway. But no, what was it? Yeah, I was about to. Oh, okay. Here's a charged subject, but still like a good one. Have you guys seen the hbomberguy video? The recent one on plagiarism? Oh man, that was so good. No. Donnelly says H bomber guy. Sorry, I if I misheard. Yeah, it's H bomber guy. That's I think that's his YouTube channel name. Dan the man says that was an incredible vid. Yeah, it really was. It's like almost 4 hours long, but so worth it, and it's so enjoyable to watch. Like, and you can easily pause and like come back to it later. Um, he's an old school YouTuber. Yeah, he is. But he just released a banger of a video, um, on plagiarism on YouTube. Uh, I literally think he just like ruined some people's careers, and in all fairness, they kind of had it coming. You know. Uh, Dan the man says, "Yeah, I watched it in parts and at 1.25 to 1.5 speed." Yeah, now, I watched it at regular speed, but I definitely watched it over like a period of time. Coming back to it when I had the time, kind of thing. He also released a second video, like a supplemental video that goes with it too. Still good. Donley says, "I think maybe I found the vid. I'll check it out." Yeah, it's been going. It's been making uh, the circles on YouTube. Or the rounds. That's the word I was looking for. The rounds. The title is plagiarism and YouTube. Yeah, I think that's it. That sounds right. Somebody says, "Whoa, almost 4 hours. Sorry. I think you said that, but didn't sync until you started the video." Yeah. Dan the man says, "I didn't even know about the second channel, but was recommended it last night. So I've yet to watch the supplemental vid." The supplemental vid really is like it's not that important for sure. Like, but it's still entertaining, and it's much shorter and to the point too. Uh, Bob says, "I had a video do well a little while ago, and a bunch of other YouTubers did videos on the same topic in the weeks after." Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I mean that's just the way it's going to go, unfortunately. Just in general, but this is, this is to a this is at a totally different level of the stuff that he covers in his video. Bob says, yeah, it's whatever. I don't think any of them lifted my script or anything. Yeah, I'm just saying it still sucks because they can take away from your success by doing that. I get that. I do understand that. But at least, it's exactly that. They're not like stealing from you. None of them hit your numbers. Nice. Oh, Bob, you might know something of this. I am actually, um, I'm looking for, trying to find some AI tools, um, to do some things online. But I want some tools that run locally kind of thing. And for the record, I haven't changed my opinion on AI. I'm, um, yeah, I'm not going to say what I'm going to use it for. Um, yeah. We'll just say trolling for the most part and leave it at that. What kind of tool? There's a few things I want to do. I want to be able to, um, I basically want to be able to run video through a filter to change the look of it. And I want to be able to run the audio of said video through filters to do two things. A, change the way the voice sounds, and B, change what the voice is saying. You can run Stable Diffusion at home, and I think the video one you can do at home is called Songbird. Okay. Can you message that to me so I have it? Because I won't remember if I don't have it. I'll check it out. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. The only thing you might have to wait till you get your new GPU. Yeah, I already got it. I'm setting up the new computer. It's already running. I just haven't been able to transfer everything over to it yet. So it's not like up and running, but it is working. So yeah. I was just checking because some of them have limited GPU selection. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Uh, I'm sure some of them won't work with the GPU I went with, but or might have issues with it. Although supposedly it's actually pretty good for stable diffusion, although that is not why I picked it at all. The main reason I went with the GPU I did was for the price and AV1 encoding for video and streaming. What's it called? I'm looking forward to also. There's a few video games I want to pick up and try out that I haven't had a chance to. But oh my god, I did open up Elden Ring and Lies of P because those are the two games I've been playing lately. Oh my god, the difference is just staggering. I think a streamer you follow must have lost a bet because in the sidebar, their logo is now an MS Paint version of the Wendy's logo. That's funny. Maybe now I can play Crisis. Uh, remind me. I don't remember. I don't even remember what Crisis is. There was a game that was hard to run in the 2000s. Yeah. Far Cry is kind of a spin-off of I've never played. I'm not familiar with Far Cry either. How? Don't know. To be honest, I don't know. There's a slim chance that I actually am familiar with it, and my brain is just like not registering the like making the connection. That does happen. But I do think it's a slim chance. Far Cry is basically half of Ubisoft's revenue. Not exactly a big like Ubisoft, you know. I'm not like against Ubisoft or anything. I don't know. Not a fan in particular. Trying to think, what other games have I actually played an Ubisoft game ever? I don't know if I've ever played one. The big one was 3, where you are on an island and there's a guy with a mohawk. No, definitely not. I straight up don't know if I've ever played an Ubisoft game though at the moment. Ubisoft also makes like Assassin's Creed. Heard of it, never played it. Tom Clancy, heard of it, never played it. Uh, Anno, never heard of it. And Rayman, heard of it, never played it. I may have just never played Ubisoft at all. I have a few huge gaps in my like gaming uh history. So when I was in Israel getting games like my computer was not very good in getting games. Basically, you had to pirate them. You couldn't really buy them or anything, so very limited. And then when I moved back to America, because I'm originally from here, I I was so broke for so many years that I couldn't afford games or anything, or a computer that could run them or anything. So I have a huge gap. At one point, I even stopped buying comic books because I just couldn't afford them. It's actually impossible that you know other games and haven't seen at least a cover of Far Cry. I've probably seen it. I just probably don't like recall it. The most recent one has Gus from Breaking Bad in it. Um, Sounds familiar. I think I may have seen a commercial for that or something. 'Cause I remember seeing him in something that was like a video game, and I was like, what's going on there? And he plays like Fidel Castro. Interesting. All the games are like you are in this foreign country, the civil war starts, and you're trying to get out. Uh, yeah. Oh wait. Is it kind of like a story uh kind of like a story game, like you have to go places and make choices kind of thing? The story FPS. Yeah. Okay, I think I've seen it. And like one is in Africa and one's in the mountains, one's in Tibet. I think I've seen one that's like in the snow. Or is it like snowy woods or something like that? That could be 4 or 5. Yeah. They've been making them for like 25, 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of games that I like am missing out on or missed out on. Although to be fair, there's a lot of games that I haven't played that I probably never would play because I have no interest in them. Like Far Cry sounds, gotta say, sounds interesting. I think it sounds interesting. I just don't think I'd like to play it. Maybe it kind of depends on what the gameplay is like. They're decent games, but it's like someone says, "Who is Spider-Man?" That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not like I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just didn't know what it was called or didn't remember it. Like I've seen Assassin's Creed too. I don't know what. I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. I've just kind of seen them. Some of the AC games are good. All right. I think I actually just got one for free in one of the bundles that I like as a it was like a gift. I got like two games recently that came with like the hardware I bought. I'm trying to remember. It was like got an Assassin's Creed game and something like Ghost was it Ghost Recon or something like not Recon Ghost Runner. I don't know, something like that. Looks like a guy with a mask and like swords and crap. Ghostwire could be like a yellow outfit or something. I don't know. I mean, clearly the games were not the deciding factor on the hardware purchase. uh, Conley says Profound Pup was streaming Ghostwire for a little bit. That's cool. She is trying to learn the speed run, so I guess you liked it. That's cool. Ghostwire is made by the guy that created Resident Evil. Interesting. Never played Resident Evil Live. Uh, I know of it though. Uh, Here's a question for you. If I think the sale ended, but if I have the opportunity again, what was it? The Witcher 3 was on sale for like $10. I've never played any of the Witcher series. For $10, what do you think? Is it a worthy purchase? You've only played Witcher 3. Yeah, do it. Well, it's only the third one that was on sale, but like I said, I think the sale ended, but if it comes back, maybe I'll jump on it. Make sure you get the version that has all the expansions to it. Okay. It's one of the best open world games ever made. See, that doesn't say much to me though, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't care. If like there's a lot of games that are like really popular that I have like no interest in playing. For example, I tried playing WoW, and I was just astonished anyone would play this. It was so boring. Now, I realize that's my personal opinion. Like, I get it. That's how I perceive it. But yeah. Donnelly says, I played it and really enjoyed the story. The fighting wasn't great, but just the world and characters were great, in my opinion. Thank you. I appreciate that because that makes me not want to play it, but I appreciate not wasting my time. And Bob says, you also played open world games, so what is your point? My point is, it's more the issue of like, I care more about the fighting, basically. The gameplay and action matter way more to me than anything else. That's all. I don't the story stuff doesn't usually like hit very well with me. Elden Ring is from Soft trying to make Witcher 3. Okay. I mean, Elden Ring's fantastic, so but like the story is I really enjoyed the story in Elden Ring. And by really enjoyed it, I mean I really enjoyed watching videos about it while I was working after the fact. Can be very fun, and there are mods for that can make it feel like a Souls-like. Oh, interesting. All right, all right. I'm not trying to talk crap. I just wasn't sure. I what's it called? I beat Dark Souls 3. I haven't beat Dark Souls 1 yet. It's so janky. Is the problem with Dark Souls 1. And I haven't played Dark Souls 3 or 2. I mean, I heard it's horrible. I don't even remember where I'm at on Dark Souls. What's it called? Dark Souls. I guess Dark Souls 1. Yeah, Dark Souls. 2 sucks. Yeah, I've heard that. 1 is just really, uh, not a smooth game. You can see how they refined everything over time. Put it that way. Yeah. Dark Souls 2 was made by the B team because Miyazaki was doing Bloodborne. Right. I heard that. I want to play Bloodborne so bad. I'm so annoyed that they won't, port it to PC. Sunley says that he watches a streamer that loves Dark Souls 2, but he loves the speed run for it. That's fair. That's a little different. That's a little different. Have you guys seen the skip speed runs for Elden Ring? Someone beat Elden Ring in like, I think it was like under 5 seconds or something. Maybe it was like 8. No, not seconds, minutes. Like under 5 minutes, I think it was. They like, because they just like they found zips and they just zipped literally to the end of the game. It was ridiculous. I don't even know how you find zips. It's crazy. Anyways. Yeah, you just jiggle your sword in the right place and teleport. Yeah, it's crazy. Or if you've ever seen the speed runs of like Doom 2016 and Eternal, where you like use your mouse just as your scroll wheel just as you like jump and you go like flying into the sky. It's cool. It's fun. Yeah. Anyways, it's getting kind of late, and I still have to do some. I have to make up some stuff, so I'm unfortunately going to be calling it a night in a minute. Skyrim had a similar thing. You stand on this certain rock with a horse, and you can fly. Yeah, I know. Skyrim's another game I've heard of. Michelle actually used to play it and liked it. I've never played Skyrim. Never, not even once. Um, yeah. A game I need to revisit is what is it? It's another FromSoft game, Sekiro. I need to revisit Sekiro. I think now I'll be better at Sekiro than before. We'll see. And the more recent Doom games has some crazy tech to it. Lets people finish it's stupid. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. At Donley. Yeah, it's funny. Watching speed runs where they like, you know, find walls where they can like, you know, like jiggle themselves through the corner and then end up like behind the wall and all kinds of stuff like that is fun. I might like Far Cry 3 since it's mostly just shooting when you get told what to shoot next. Maybe. I also saw what was it, Remnant 2 looked interesting, possibly. It's going to be a slow thing, and I don't have time to play a ton of video games, unfortunately. So, I spend most of my time painting. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night tonight. Next time, hopefully better quality stream. I'm really, excited about that. I could play MS Paint. And now I have the upgraded version called the Adobe PS. Anyways. Thank you, Donley. I appreciate it. I know I didn't get that far today. It was very, very detail, like fiddly stuff, but that's all the important stuff. Not the important stuff, but that's all important stuff. And next time it'll be, I think, finishing it, putting in the chairs, some of the other stuff, and just kind of working through it real quick, because I don't have to put all the details. The faces needed a detail, the rest of it doesn't. So yeah. Bob says more of a side grade. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, have a good one, everyone. Oh yeah, I should mention I stream on Sunday, so I'll be back on Sunday. And then I stream Sunday day, Monday night to Wednesday night. That's my schedule. So yeah, see you around, everybody. Have a good night.